Hi there, today I'm going to be opening up a parcel from Smart Doll Japan. You might have seen my earlier video where I purchased an option head of Starlight in the colour tea. She was a head without a body because I wanted to wait for their new internal body frame to be released, the Evolve frame. They released as full dolls only, meaning I would still have an extra head if I bought one. But I told myself to be patient and wait for the standalone body to be available later. I like my Smart Dolls to look different to each other, and don't plan to have two with the same face sculpt. So when I saw Anime North get released, I got excited. She's really beautiful, so different in style to Starlight, so after being thoroughly enabled by my husband and daughter, I ordered her. I did ask Danny to sign my tote bag, so I'm really excited to see that. I'll use this one to keep my Smarty clothes in. I was amused by this new care guide card too. I ordered a medium smooth bust for this doll too, as my others all have the default bust. I'm really chuffed with the new clicky-clack stand too. I've wanted one for a while. It's pretty loud. I also got Hand Pack 4 because you gotta be able to express yourself and grab stuff. Here's her wig labelled PMSK and not PMSL as I first thought. Alright, time to unveil the girl herself. I didn't notice much of a difference in weight compared to the previous frame. Here's her sticker on her head. Anime. And I wasn't expecting to feel it through the bubble wrap, but wow, the clicking of the knees! I really liked how this felt. Her beautiful face and golden eyes. She has such sharp features. I was lucky to get a tea-coloured head cap too, before they sell out. I'm really pleased with the tactile action of the new joints. They each click into place and feel much more purposeful and intentional when you pose them. I will do some comparisons with the previous frame towards the end of the video for those who want to see the differences in flexibility. I really love how this feels though. It's such a different experience. Here she is with her wig on. Love this colour. And I really prefer the range of angles you get with the new stand as well. I was sometimes frustrated that I couldn't change the position of the previous one. I'm just playing around with her now. She's so stunning. Let's swap out her default bust for the new one. Oh, the arms are really different inside too. The peg is rubbery inside, and I found it much easier to put back on afterwards too. Sometimes I would struggle to locate the internal opening when there were clothes in the way. What a difference a bust makes. Oh, it's so nice to have a slightly different body shape in the mix. I know Danny is talking about making a pear-shaped smart doll at some point, and I can't wait to see that too. Ah, she's so cute. She'll be lots of fun to sew for. Here I haven't moved the mic any closer than usual, but you can hear the joints clicking into place. The hips open out much more and aren't so loud. I decided to swap her head to Starlight, and doesn't she look adorable? They're so different. I thought I'd try some posing and compare to the previous frame, my cocoa-skinned Beyond named Haru. I also thought I'd pose my pale-skinned Obitsu 50cm girl named Moriko as well. You can see the size difference here, and they all kneel nicely, of course. Here I notice Starlight in front can tuck her front knee in a little more and still balance, and doesn't have the back hunch that Haru does in the back. And compared to the Obitsu body, which I know isn't a fair comparison, but for those who prize posability above all, it may be of interest. Here, Starlight and Haru are shelf-sitting, and again, the new frame eliminates the hunchback of the previous frame, which comes from tilting the torso forward to look like they're sitting straight. And again, a comparison with the Obitsu, who sits very nicely too. Here I tried out the leg cross, which isn't recommended for either frame, but is certainly more achievable with the Evolve frame. I daren't twist Haru's leg up any further than this. And here, again, the Obitsu body with her double-jointed knees and looser vinyl shell can cross her legs with ease. Another pose not recommended, but fun to try, the splits. With the new rotation in the hips, this is a tremendous difference to the original frame. The Obitsu frame again manages this without breaking a sweat or a hip. Now here's one the Obitsu struggled with, the S-curve. The Evolve frame has a lovely tilt at the hips, and her torso tips the other way naturally. The original frame has less tilt in the hips, but the Obitsu frame really lacks that motion in the torso. She's pretty stiff and unyielding in that joint. I also like how the feet come together more with the Evolve frame. It looks more natural, I think. Here I tried a side reclining pose and struggled with both Smarties to get the feet to touch the floor behind the outstretched leg, even though the Evolve frame was easier. I then wanted to see how scrunched up I could get these girls. The double-jointed knees make such a difference. Finally, I compared their standing. The Obitsu comes with magnets in her feet and a metallic base, which is incredible for helping pose her. I was even able to balance her on one foot. For the Smarties, again, I felt like the Evolve frame was just that bit more stable and sturdy and held her pose more firmly. Well, I do hope you enjoyed seeing my new girl and the completion of Starlight as well. I've yet to properly name them, but I will let you know when I do. I'm so happy to have a smart doll in each of the main skin tones now, and I don't know who I could be tempted to buy next. I have no plans. For now, please enjoy North rocking this new jacket I made using the free Sequoia sewing pattern. Check out my step-by-step tutorial if you want to make one too. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this, subscribe and let me know in the comments what you think of my new tea-coloured anime girls. Which is your favourite? Thanks so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!